Hi, everyone. It's Mindy and Whitney. We are here to give you 15 Major League Baseball plays. She probably hates me right now. But yeah, 15 Major League Baseball plays. We'll give you some winners for Tuesday, August 20th. It's Triple Star Day at Starbucks. I'm pretty pumped about that. But before we get started, let's give you a little bit of rundown of how this thing goes here. I have a Major League Baseball model. In that model, I compared to Vegas opening lines, right? And so what we do is I track all of my plays. So I know how frequently, if you hear that squeaker, it might be the big dog's little donkey toy that she got today. Hey, I mean, it's just part of the deal. Animal House around here. But yeah, we compare. Basically, I track all of my plays, everything on the money line, run line, and total all season long. So it's over 5,000 plays. And then I compare those buckets. So our variance, right? My model variance. I compare them to Vegas and where they open their lines because there's a certain reason why they open their lines with where they do, right? And so that's what we do is we just try to give you those variance buckets, those bigger plays. All right. There we go. Let's do this. You guys ready? Let's get some winners. All right. As soon as I figure this all out. Add to stage. Here we go. Let's get started. All right. First up is going to be the Diamondbacks versus the Marlins. We have Rodriguez on the mound for the D-backs. 5.06 ERA over his last 5. He's been doing well this season, you guys. Marlins starting pitcher is Cabrera, 3.76 ERA over his last 5. He's under that 5.76 ERA this season. Marlins offense, though, they tend to struggle to score at times, right? They're 1.5 runs less per game than their season long average right now, 4.3% lower than their season average on batting average, or when it comes to batting average. Marlins offense is 11% lower than the league average for run scores, batting average, on base, those offensive impact categories here. Diamondbacks offense, they've scored 1.82 more runs than the Marlins here over the last 3. So when you get up against a decent pitcher versus subpar hitting here in the meantime, let's go ahead and take the Arizona Diamondbacks here on the money line. Comes in at 57.4%. All right, the Rockies and the Nationals in Washington, D.C. We have Gomber on the mound, 5.68 over his last 5, a little elevated from the 4.82 season long, versus D. Hers, 3.04 over his last 5. That's under the 5.25 ERA this season. It's kind of coming down to the Nationals are kind of slumping here a little bit. They tend to get guys on base, but they can't get them in. So we're going to go ahead and look to the Colorado Rockies here on the run line. It's one of those Nationals are only averaging about 3. We have them coming up with 5 right now, but the Rockies with the 1.5, we'll take it. It comes in at 64.3%. All right, Guardians, Yankees. Yeah, Boyd, he's on the mound, 1.69. Outstanding work over his last 5 here. Yankees starting pitcher is Gill. He's kind of struggled, but if you look at it where he's been, he's maintaining. Over his last 5, he's 3.72 over the last season. He's 3.25, so staying very steady there. The Guardians bullpen right now, they're getting it done. 1.385 lower than the Yankees over the last 5 games here. So we're kind of looking at some decent starting pitching. We're looking at a decent bullpen. Yankees offense, they're actually averaging 1.5 runs less per game right now over their last 5. The Yankees offense is sluggish. They're less, 4.5% than their season long average. Can you guys believe it? The Yankees are only hitting 207. I mean, pretty sure they're going to start batting with, the Astros and the Mariners here soon. I mean, their slugging percentage right now, 584. So let's take a sluggish Yankees team and get a 1.5 here with the Cleveland Guardians. I have the Guardians winning this one 3-2, but the best play statistically is on the run line, 67.5%. Next. There we go. All right, we got the Reds versus the Blue Jays. Spires on the mound, 6.38 elevated from the 4.55 versus Barrios, 3.32 over his last 5, 3.58 this season. Also staying steady. The Reds, they kind of struggle to score at times, right? At times. They're actually 1.5 less runs less than their season long average right now. They're down about 9% in their offensive impact category. I mean, they're really only hitting about 189. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do here in this one. We're going to go ahead and go with the Blue Jays on the money line with the starting pitching, with the way that the Reds sometimes fail to show up offensively. Blue Jays are actually hitting better, 3.8% more than this Reds team right now. Let's go ahead and take the Blue Jays on the money line. Our modeling comes in 5% higher, 5.1%, and we take them here, 61.5 on the money line. Orioles and Mets. Kremer on the mound, 4.73 over his last 5. Oh, look, Quintana, 4.73 over his last 5. I mean, these guys are steady because, look, Kremer, 4.48 this season, 4.26 for Quintana this season. Mets offense, though, they're the ones that have been getting it done offensively. They are 8.4% higher on their offensive impact. So this is over league average in the offensive impact categories. Everything offensively. Run scored, batting average, on base, slugging, all that kind of good stuff. They are up right now, 8.4%. So let's take the Mets here again on the run line. Have the Mets winning this one outright, but we'll take the plus 1.5 here because statistically it's a better play at 64.3. It's kind of one of those, if you have the Mets on the money line, it'd probably be like 58 point something-ish, right? So that's what we're giving you is the best play here, statistically. All right, VIP. It's going to be the P's and the A's. We're going to go ahead and if you want this one, check it out at our multi-capper site. It is ogcappers.com. You can find our VIP selection in the OG Cappers All Cappers tab. You can also take a look at other hot cappers that are out there right now doing some great work. So you can find a little bit of everything that you want. You have best bets. You got multi-packs like 3-pack, 5-pack, 7-pack. You can get your favorite capper for, say, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, all that kind of good stuff. But here for us today, the VIP is always our statistically best of the best. Comes in at 74.1%. And when you purchase, make sure you use the promo code OG20 to save you 20% off at checkout. It's Wheeler versus Lopez. Should be a good one. Check it out. All right, here we go. Some Freddie Montas for the Brewers. And we have Fetty for the Cardinals. Montas, 4.91 over his last 5, 4.86 this season. Fetty elevated, 5.13 over his last 5, 3.4 this season. Brewers offense right now, they're about 4.5% lower over their last 5 games here. Brew Crew's offense are scoring 1.5 runs less per game than they had been. Brewers offense, it's Yankee style, 2.08 batting over their last 3 and only slugging 645. Let's take the St. Louis Cardinals here, minus 135. Short favorites on the money line, have a 4-4 statistical tie. Again, our modeling usually has the home team on an average winning about 5.1% more than the away teams. But this one here is our best pick, 59.4%. All right, what do we got here? The Pirates and the Rangers. We have Keller on the mound, 6 ERA. That's elevated over his last 5 from the 3.95 this season. And then we have Bradford also elevated, 5.94 ERA over his last 5, 3.5 though this season. The Rangers offense, right? They only have a 640 slugging over their last 3 games. They're not hitting the ball real hard. You got Oraldis, that's about it. But we're going to go ahead and take the Pittsburgh Pirates here on the run line today, a 5-5 statistical tie. So we'll take the plus 1.5 runs in this one. It comes in at 63%. I like it. Let's go Pirates. All right, the Tigers and the Cubbies in this one. We have starting pitcher as Maeda. So that means they might do that weird opening thing where they put like Faedo or someone else in there for like an inning, and then Maeda comes in for like 5. It's kind of crazy how they do it. But we have 3.86 over his last 5, 6.18 this season versus Assad, 2.86 over his last 5, 3.91 this season. Cubs offense, they're still always kind of struggling to score. They usually have been only averaging about 3. We have them scoring 4 here with the modeling. They're actually hitting 4.875 lower than their season average, 8.9% lower on all of those offensive impact categories. So if we take a look at everything, it's run scored, batting average, on base, slugging, all that kind of good stuff. Cubs, man, they're worse than the Yankees and the Mariners. 0.189 batting average over their last 5 games, only mustering 616 slugging. Tigers offense right now, they're hitting 4.1% better than the Cubs. So we're going to go ahead and take the Detroit Tigers on the run line. So we'll take the plus 1.5. So they had run lines out there, but not yet did they have the money line that's normally out there on the slide. So you can see that. I think there was a little discrepancy on if it was going to be Assad or not, but I'm going based off of Assad from what I see. All right. Take the Tigers on the run line. Next. All right. The Red Sox versus the Astros at a Minute Maid. We have Pivetta on the mound. He has been elevated, you guys. 7.11 over his last 5. That's not so great. 4.95 this season versus Blanco. We know he's been doing well over the long term, 2.89. Also a little bit elevated there over the short term, though. The Astros bullpen, they are getting it done here as of late. I know that you have Jensen for the Red Sox, but the Astros bullpen is what's been keeping Blanco in the game. They're actually 2.235 runs less that they have given up out of that bullpen. So we are taking pitching right here, you guys. We're taking the pitching, and we're going to go ahead and go with the Houston Astros since Pivetta is elevated. We have the Astros actually winning here based off of the run line, 6-4 game, but we'll take them on the money line. It comes in at 64%. You can see that one's over the total. All right, Angels, Royals, my favorite matchup of the day. We have Anderson on the mound for the Angels, 4.6 ERA over his last 5, 3.3 this season, versus Cole Reagans, 3.23, staying steady from the 3.18 this season. It's still a matter of the Angels offense. They still tend to struggle to score. Their batting average is 2.7% less right now over their last 5 games. They struggle to capitalize on opportunities, only averaging about 2.48 runs. Angels offense is 11.9% lower than the league average for all of those offensive impact categories. Run scored, batting average, on base, scoring, runs, all that. Angels offense, they're slugging a whopping 589. They're not hitting the ball out of the infield anywhere. Let's go ahead and go under this total with subpar Angels hitting and above par Royals pitching. Let's do it. 55%. All right. Rays and A's. I think we had Baz in there yesterday, and now he's up here again. Oh, goodness. 3.81 ERA over his last 3, 4.21 ERA this season. That means there was probably a pitching switch that I missed yesterday. Athletic starting pitcher is Estes. This guy has some crazy splits. If you want to check it out sometime. I mean, he pitches way different on the road and at home. And I mean way different. But Estes right now, 3.28 over the short term, 4.72 this season. We're going to go with A's pitching in this one. Estes pitches well at home, you guys. Pitches well. But we're going to go ahead and take the A's plus 1.5 runs here. Plus, you have that big ballpark. That always helps all these pitchers. 61.4 is the A's on the run line. Have the Rays, though, winning 4-3 on this one. And my dog keeps nudging me. Stop it, Juno. Stop it. Next. There we go. Twins versus Padres. Ober on the mound. Been dealing this season. And you know who else has been? Perez. That's right. Look at this matchup. It's going to be exceptional. I'm super excited for this one. Ober, 1.59 over the last 5. Perez, 1.48 over the last 5. This is going to be a good pitching matchup, you guys. That is for sure. Padres bullpen has been 1.485 better than the Twins over the last 5. Padres offense, a little bit better, 2.6% higher. Padres offense, a little bit better or a lot better than the league average on the offensive impact scores, 8.6% better, that is. Run scored, batting average, on base, slugging. Twins offense, they're hitting like the Yankees, a 207, a 640 slugging. That's awful. What are these guys even doing out there? But the Padres offense, they've been better than the Twins all the way around. No matter how you look at 8.5% better than the Twins over the last 5 games. You can see them right there. We have the Padres winning 4-3, but our better play will be taking the plus 1.5 runs. So we're taking the run line here. Comes in at 61.7%. Let's take it. What is this? The White Sox and the Giants. Oh my goodness. Is this like day number 2? We're taking the White Sox on the run line? I think so. It's Martin on the mound. 3 ERA over his last 5. And then you have Ray. He has a 6 ERA over his last 5. So we're going to go ahead and say it comes down to a little bit of better starting pitching and a Giants offense that slugs at 463. What? 463? You guys call yourselves professionals at minus 250 and you slug at that? I mean, you might as well just bunt the whole time. That's it. All right, we're going to go ahead. It's a 4-4 statistical tie in this one, but the White Sox, we're taking them on the run line. We have a confidence factor of 63.2. I like it. Let's take it. We came down to finally the text play of the day. If you want this pick, all you got to do is text me. Text the word win, W-I-N, to 223-203-1821. Or if you text best play, that one comes in too. We had a best play. That one, that'll come in. We got it. We're going to send them out to you. But yeah, if you want this one, it's between Miller and Buehler. Should be a good one in this one. I mean, look at ERA is 2.05 and a 2.7. Like, this is going to be another awesome matchup here. So if you want this play, all you got to do is text me, and I will shoot you over this play as well as the WNBA. You will get that. And then when it comes football time, you will get some there too. So it should be a fun one tomorrow. Send me a text. Do it right now. I can hear my phone going off. Just kidding. I don't have my phone going off. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoy your evening. Get yourself some winners. I'm looking forward to lots of these games. I think it is going to be exceptional. Also, you guys, make sure you check out our other video series, right? Solo has a play in the WNBA. And then, of course, Bo has his games in Major League Baseball. So make sure you go ahead and check those out. All right, you guys, have a good one. You can find it in our shorts section. All right, bye.